Welcome to 50minuteguitar.com. Today we're going to be looking at my new Tokai LoveRock guitar. Rich has done 2 videos on his new guitars, and both of us got new guitars around sort of the end of last year. So I thought it would be a great idea to just have a look at this one. So like I said, this is a Tokai LoveRock. You can see from looking at it, it's very, very similar to that of another noted company, but it's a Les Paul style guitar. And I would say the similarities are very, like, there's a lot of them. The only thing that's really that different is the name on the headstock. A little bit of background on Tokai if you don't know about them or if you've never heard them. Famously, Tokai, along with other companies such as Greco, Bernie, Fernandez, started in the 80s making copies of not just Gibsons, Fenders, lots of things, and they've become affectionately known as lawsuit guitars because the quality of them was so great that Gibson and other companies started filing lawsuits against them for copying their material. This isn't an old one, this is actually a newer one. I don't know the exact year, but it does say on the back of the headstock there, in very small writing, just here it says made in Japan. So so they're Japanese made, and it's just a great gold top Les Paul, and I really like it. Some Gibsons are great. I've played a real mix of Gibsons. I've played some that are fantastic. I've played some that are not so great. And for me, I feel like this feels good, and the price tag was right as well. I ended up spending a lot less money than I would on a new Gibson on this used Tokai. Not to say the exact number, but it was well under sort of £1,000. So I'm pretty happy with it and how it's come out. It's got a great big sort of medium-sized neck, I would say. It's not thin, but it's not like a thick chunky neck, but it's nice and rounded, which is something that was really important to me. I've played some guitars with really flat necks, and I just kind of don't get on with them. I prefer the kind of the round feel of the big neck. It looks great. I love the finish. The only mod I have done is I've changed the pickups in this. Not that the Tokai pickups weren't fantastic, they were great, but the only reason I've changed them is when I do gigs I take this and I take my red Telecaster, which you would have seen in the Oxbox video that we previously did. If you haven't seen that yet, go back and check that out because that was a great video, and you can check that guitar out, how it sounds. That has slightly hotter single coils in it, so they're sort of not vintage out, but they're a little bit hotter. And in an attempt to make them sort of match on a gig, I've gone for more lower output humbuckers in this because the other ones were just a little bit too strong. So these are Seymour Duncan Set Lover pickups, and they sound fantastic. And yeah, all in all, I'm really, really happy with it. The construction's great. It's a big mahogany body, mahogany neck, really chunky. It's got a good weight to it, quite hefty. But I like that. I didn't want chambering. I didn't want flat necks, and I wanted a proper Les Paul like they used to make. And to be honest, it's not a Gibson, but to my feel, I can't really tell much difference to my experience. And I just think it plays and sounds great, and I'm really happy with it. I've spent the right amount of money as a full-time working musician to not be too scared about it as well. I have had some Gibsons that I've spent a lot of money on them, and I just get a bit afraid to play them out. I just get a bit nervous of something happening to them or them getting scratched or things like that. For me, it's a bit of a law of diminishing returns. If you spend the right amount of money on it, you'll take it out and you'll play it, but you won't get too nervous about it getting scratched up or played. So we're going to go through some sounds at the minute, and hopefully I'm going to encourage you guys to go out and have a little bit of a look for some Tokai, Bernie, Greco stuff, and make the decision for yourself. See if you can find yourself a great guitar of high quality for not a whole lot of money. So let's have a look at some sounds. Okay, so starting on the neck pickup, I tend to mess around with my volume and tone controls quite a lot. So this is with the volume on 7 and the tone on 7. So it's just kind of the standard sound. So that's kind of nice. You really get the play out of these pickups because they're solo output. They have a little bit more kind of top end to them. They're a little bit clearer than higher output humbuckers. So if I roll the volume right the way back and play with my fingers, sorry, the tone all the way back and play with my fingers, you get a real kind of jazzy sound out of it. Almost, I would say, like comparable to a hollow body style guitar. You get that kind of soft attack that you would expect out of an instrument. So a lot softer, and then as you roll the volume up and the tone up as well, you end up with a little bit more of sort of a fatter, I wouldn't say single coil sound, maybe similar to like a P90, but you end up with kind of just a more woody tone to it, you know, because it's a solid body. It's the attack's quite fast. That sounds great. I love that. I think that sounds mega. Okay, so that was a neck pickup. Going to the middle position, little trick for if you play a Les Paul style guitar. I find something that works really well for this middle position is having the neck pickup slightly louder than the bridge pickup. So the neck pickup's on about 8, the bridge pickup's somewhere between 6 and 7, and I turn the tone control all the way up on the bridge pickup, and I keep it at 7 on the neck pickup. So what ends up happening is you get this kind of really good percussive, funk sound. So good for this kind of thing. So that sounds great. I love that. You'd never think as well that a humbucker guitar would be great for funk, but they really are. They're just fantastic for that. So that's kind of the middle position. Let's go to the bridge position now. So on the bridge position, we're going to turn the tone all the way up, and we're going to turn it to about 7. So this is kind of a lower output thing, and you get these just really nice glassy cleans. But humbuckers have this thing that's a bit different to single coils. I think a lot of people quite often think single coils are better for cleans, humbuckers are better for dirty, but in actual fact the humbuckers have a little bit more of a thing with the mid-range. The mid-range is kind of wider, has a sort of a more widthy sound to it than a single coil, but so it can still be great for cleans. So if I'll play a little bit for you now and you can see what I mean. So really, really lovely, really nice and wide. And another thing that people always forget about with these is with the tone control up, if I turn the volume up, sort of to a nice place, and I pick right down the bridge, it's not spot on, but on a gig I can almost get like a Telecaster sound out of it. So if I'm playing right here, back as far as I can to the bridge, and I play some sort of country stuff, See what I mean? Like if I was on a gig and I was playing that sound, you would probably think I wasn't playing a Les Paul. You might think it's kind of a telly thing. So they're really versatile instruments. So yeah, that's kind of the clean sounds. Let's have a little look at the dirt. So neck pickup. I'm using a Boss Blues driver here, so nothing majorly fancy. It has been modded, but it's not miles away from the original thing, to be honest. It's just kind of to reduce a little bit of the noise and give it a little bit of a less bright character to it. Okay, so neck pickup, I'll just play some kind of leads on it. That's what you do on a Les Paul. You grab one note and you just ring it out. And just hear it like feedback. It sounds mega. Okay, so that'll be the neck position. Obviously, you can do some rhythm stuff on it as well. Not that I do very much, but it's the options there for you. So we're going to do the opposite trick now with the bridge pickup and the neck pickup for a good dirty sound. So I believe last time I had the neck pickup on 8, so I had the neck pickup louder than the bridge pickup. But a good trick for the bridge pickup sound is if you turn the bridge pickup up, take the neck pickup down, that neck pickup will sort of fatten up that middle position. So it'll still sound like bridge pickup, but it'll have a little bit more kind of punch to it, you know? So let's try something like this. Yeah, so fat, punchy, just sounds great. If I switch to the bridge pickup now, bridge pickup's currently on 8, tones on 7, you're going to get a lot more kind of biting. So pretty huge sounding. That was with the tone on 8, the volume on 8 and the tone on 7. If I really brighten that up and turn everything on 10, it's gonna jump right out of the mix. It's that real classic kind of Jimmy Page, I guess, tone that you would expect out of it. Now I've got to try and remember what Jimmy Page stuff I know. Huge, amazing. So you can see from the smile on my face, I absolutely love this thing. I think it's fantastic. So I would absolutely go away, have a look at Tokai, Greco, and Bernie, and see what you can find. There's all sorts of other companies that can get your sort of thing. But yeah, this is my new LoveRock Tokai, and I absolutely love it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.